Hey, everybody, this is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is called You Are a Miracle. You are flat out a stone cold miracle. So I haven't done a live in a long time and decided, hey, it's time. So the first thing I want each and every one of you to know, whether you believe it or not, you're a miracle and I can prove it. I can flat out prove it. Your DNA is unique to you. There's no one that's ever had your DNA, nor will there be anyone that ever has your DNA. They might have parts of it if you have a child or even grandchildren, but your DNA makes you unique. Your fingerprints make you unique. Your eyes, everything about you makes you unique. And so when I discovered this, is believe it or not, there was an individual. Hi, Melody. Thanks for jumping on. But they actually told me about a book called The Greatest Miracle in the World by Og Mandino. In fact, when I met the person, I was a auto mechanic on workman's comp. I had lost my identity. I got hurt on the job, and a doctor told me I couldn't be funny. That was good. A Freudian slip. He didn't tell me I was a miracle. He told me I couldn't be a mechanic anymore. And I believed it. I 100% believed it. And so it really became a sad place for me because I also figured out when I was younger that I was dyslexic. So I always, people said that this guy's special. But hearing that as a child is not very, very good. I couldn't spell. I couldn't read. There was a lot of things so I just ended up in a special class. I got to take the short bus. And, but I had one person give me an encouraging word. And it was my uncle. And he said, wow, Bobby, you're really good with your hands. Did you fix those bikes? Did you build that go-kart, that mini bike? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you should be a mechanic. And that's what I did. And so I just learned really easy to go out and work with my hands, be a blue collar person. So now all of a sudden I'm in this position where I got to learn a new career. And if I don't, then I no longer get paid workman's comp anymore. And so when I met him, there was a guy named Sean Hennigan. I'd only known him for a little while, met him at a family barbecue. And he said, listen, I met this guy and he teaches people, how to be successful. And I was going like, I'll drive you. I want to go meet this guy. And when I met him, one of the things that he did right away is he told me again about this book, The Greatest Miracle in the World by Og Mandino. And he said, go get that book at a bookstore. And he says, read it. And then he gave me his number. He says, when you're done reading it, don't call me before then. But when you get done reading that book, I want you to call me up. And even though I had difficulty reading the book, it impacted me like no other book. It's my favorite book. I know other people say that, there's all kinds of books that they like, that they think is better. But a real true tell for me is a book that actually changes you to the perspective that you actually start executing, that you actually start going into action. And so prior to reading this book, I didn't think I was anything. I was like victim. I had a bunch of, trauma and stuff that happened in my childhood, and woe is me. And, it was just like, that I just felt like I was dealt a bad hand, that the world was out to get me, that I didn't really have a chance. Hey, Corky, nice to see you on here, man. It's so great. You guys can check him out on TikTok. Hey, I'm going to figure out how to get on TikTok. And so when I read the book and I reached out to him and I said, wow, he said, so what did the book do to you? And I said, man, it showed me how to have an attitude of gratitude. The book actually said, look at, man, you have eyes to see. You can see somebody smile. You know what I mean? You got ears to hear. You can hear a baby say, I love you, or dad, and it was all these things, where you can feel a hug, all these things that once I changed my attitude to gratitude and realized that I was a miracle, then the only thing I needed to figure out then is what makes me unique. So your DNA being very, very unique makes you unlike any other person. So it allows you to communicate to a group of people that no one else can get to. Isn't that crazy? And so me hanging around this person, I just started continue to work on that. And the person that you see today, if you seen me 37 years ago, you would not recognize me. You would not any word that came out of my mouth would sound totally different than it is today. And the world basically teaches you to be like everybody else. Isn't that crazy? It's like we go through the same school system, we go through the same education. And then a lot of times, most people, a majority of the people, are just doing what other people say they should do. Or what people do is they're sort of like don't even know who they are because they're too busy trying to be compareitis. If this person makes money this way or if this person makes money this way, then what they do is they just do that. And because they're not gifted at those things or found their own gifts, they're not very good at it. So if a lot of you, hi Faith, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you guys. And so that's really, really unique that you see a majority of the people on the planet. The reason they always say that, 99%/1%, it's really, really true that 99% of the people out there are really not getting the most out of life, not getting freedom out of life, not getting happiness and joy, no fulfillment. They're missing everything in life because they're too busy doing things that other people tell them to do and acting like other people instead of finding out who they are. And so my reason for doing this video is really simple. We put together a community, and the community is called Unlimited Wisdom. And you'll probably see at the top of the YouTube channel. We created this community of people that love and trust and encourage each other. So when you really, really don't know this, but a lot of people don't realize that you become who you hang around. So if you're hanging around on social media and you're doom scrolling, you probably don't have good days or good weeks or good anything. It's like, because if you're constantly getting fed by the social media of the world or maybe news channels or whatever, there's not a lot of positive stuff on there. But also, it's very competitive. In the world, people are really competitive. They're always thinking, that they got to beat everyone out instead of being creative, So when you can change that mentality of going from a competitive mindset, our heart space, to a creative, and you start realizing another thing. The other thing that you realize is that the true thing in life is that if you give, you get. And everyone else is out there trying to become getters. They're takers. And why are they takers? Because everyone tries to take from them. That's a very competitive to see who can be the best taker. So if things are not working for you, I would love you to be a part of our community. I go live every single day. Did you hear me? So I'm 64 years old. I've been blessed and very fortunate to have an incredible life, but I learned that by hanging around the right people. And so I started a community that you can join for free. You heard me correctly. And we go live every single day talking about all kinds of subjects, but we also have deals where we actually do ask us anything. So what you do is you can actually get your answers to your questions. And we're here to support you. We're here to be able to encourage you. I know that if you hang around the right people, me personally, by hanging around one person, it changed the trajectory of my rest of my life. I immediately went into stratosphere so fast because I always tell people, the people that I learned, made hundreds of millions of dollars. And so, and that scenario, by me hanging around them, by me just making, like 60 million, I wasn't as good as them. I didn't work as hard as them. But, when you hang around people that are really successful, if you just do 10% of it, it changes the whole trajectory of your whole life, everything about it. So I would love to help you. I know that you're a miracle. I want you to figure that out. I want to show you how special you are. And I want you to connect you with the other people that we have in this wonderful community to help you every step to get what you really truly know out there is for you. Because once you know that you're a miracle, now you start learning faith, which is imagination. And when you learn imagination, now you can, literally see a better future for you and the people that you love. And this stuff is very easy to do. A lot of people, have tried a lot of other stuff and not succeeded. So why not give us a shot? It's for free. So that's my video for today. And again, Melody and Faith and Corky, thank you guys so much for jumping on here. I just love these people. They're so amazing. And I want you to get to know them too. So have a very, very blessed day. Again, I believe in you. I love and appreciate you, even though I don't know you. And if no one's ever given you permission to be happy and fulfilled and successful, I had people do that for me, and I want to do that for you. So see you in Unlimited Wisdom. Take care. Have a blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.